Guys, what's the crack? Back in the island. One of the best things about coming home is seeing my baby. But anyway, in more important news, there she is. In more important news, BNY Mellon, the world's largest asset holder of a bank, okay? They changed the rules, meaning it's the first American bank that's going to be allowed to custody Bitcoin. You see, this is totally what yesterday's video was all about. There's different rules depending on where you sit in the pecking order. This is why the whole fiat world is, in my opinion, BS, because it's not what you know till you know. Okay, that's how fiat world works. That's why BNY Mellon, that's why the rules got changed. That's why when the Winklevoss twins for 12 years were trying to launch a Bitcoin ETF, they couldn't get it done. Larry Fink, world's largest asset manager on the planet, decides he wants a Bitcoin ETF. It gets done in 6 months. Okay, it's not what you know till you know. Same with the banking rules. You know, even in banks there's pecking orders. The big banks get deals that the smaller banks don't get. Okay? Some banks got bailed out in the great financial crisis. Some didn't. Not what you know, who you know. So anyway, the rules got changed. Now, BNY Mellon will be allowed to custody Bitcoin for their clients. Now this is coming to all banks. Eventually this will happen in Ireland. If you wait until that happens, you'll have missed the greatest wealth creation opportunity of your life. This is why I believe you've got to move fast. If you do the work and get the information, you'll see where this is going. You'll see what's developing here. You'll see the roadmap of where we end up. It's pretty obvious at this stage. And you're just constantly being fed breadcrumbs all the time, showing you. So it's another step in Bitcoin's adoption. It's another step in Bitcoin's takeover, okay? Bitcoin being just better money. An easy narrative that I use to explain Bitcoin is that it's like digital gold. But you'll know if you've followed me for years, I use that to explain that to beginners to get them over the, oh, but Bitcoin's just a Ponzi scheme, or Bitcoin's backed by nothing. You know, all this nonsense that's just not true if you do the work, okay? It's just not true. If you listen to your friend and you assume your friend is a financial expert, you will believe it to be true, but it's not actually true, okay? None of the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt on Bitcoin is true, okay? That's why I have certainty that Bitcoin has got to where it's got to, okay? And why I have certainty of where it's going in the future. Because it's so obvious if you do the work. Just most people don't do the work. I called it in my last video, it's called proof of no work. Poor people in crypto investors have proof of no work. That's why they invest into crypto without knowing what they're doing, and that's why they don't improve their financial situation, and that's why all our customers have what's called proof of work. They've taken our courses, they've gone through the hours and hours and hours of content to become educated, to create the plans and structures, okay? And that's how they are increasing their position on the financial ladder. I created this thing, you know, called the financial ladder, and everyone sits somewhere on it, and I've been fortunate enough to sit on all steps except the very top one, but I will sit on that soon. The game is changing. The rules are changing. And now BNY Mellon will be allowed to custody Bitcoin for their American clients. Okay? Now, there's pros and cons to that. One of the cons is that it's quite centralizing. Okay? And the whole point of Bitcoin is it's a decentralized, non-sovereign global asset that nobody controls. That's the beauty of it. That's why I trust Bitcoin, because you don't have to trust any one person. You don't have to trust a company. You don't have to trust a country. You're basically just trusting maths, code, and humans operating out of self-interest. And all those things that's just, you can't change them. Okay? So, anyway, you guys will know that you got to learn how to self-custody your Bitcoin. It's something I'll be teaching a lot more of in the back half of this year. I've just been super busy with it. It's a whole other aspect to Bitcoin within it that I never speak of online because I'm just too busy serving all our existing clients. But I will be chatting about it later in the year, but just know that you got to learn how to self-custody your Bitcoin. If you own crypto and it's on an exchange, you don't own it. Okay, you own digital air. Congratulations. You've totally neglected. Bitcoin has 3 characteristics that totally change the world. Money that you can own, you're not doing that. You're neglecting, you know, the first characteristic of this thing by leaving your crypto, your Bitcoin, on Revolut, by leaving it on Coinbase or wherever you're leaving it. You've got to own the thing. Otherwise, they're creating paper Bitcoin, okay? Just like FTX did. You remember FTX? They were meant to have 80,000 Bitcoins, and they didn't have any. Paper Bitcoin. All those people thought they owned Bitcoin until the whole thing folded. Which company will fold in this next cycle, in the 2024-2025 cycle, bull market? Who knows? But inevitably, someone's going to screw about. And there is a saying, and it's, should I say the bad word? Ah, sure, fuck it, I do. If you fuck about, you find out. And that's what happens to all these companies. They fuck about, they find out. They blow up, they go out of business, everyone loses their money. Every cycle we get it, and this cycle will be no different. They're just fresh retail coming in, naive and dumb, because they're dumb money. Not that they're dumb people, they're just dumb money because they're new and they've never even taken a Bitcoin course, read a Bitcoin book, done any sort of proper research. They just watch a few YouTube videos. So they're dumb money. So they do dumb things. And we get this every cycle. So you got to own your own Bitcoin. I will not be giving my Bitcoin to the centralized companies because, well, even aside from that though, Bitcoin is this good that even those who own the majority of the supply of Bitcoin still can't change it. Okay? They still can't change the actual protocol. And this is why Bitcoin is much better than everything that's came before it. There's a great book, it's called Hard Money. Again, more curses, apologies. Ears for the kids. But it's called Hard Money You Can't Fuck With. And that's what it is. I encourage you to read it if you haven't. Guys, hope you have a super day. I'm going over to see my parents because I'm just back from Morocco. Going to take this car out. Looking for. Oh, it's always cool to jump in the car after being away for a while. I love being away, but I'm a home bird. I love Ireland. I always have a house in Ireland. As cold as it is and as warm as Morocco was, Ireland's beautiful. So I'm going over there to see my parents. Really looking forward to that. Having a cup of tea and a chat. Hope you have a really good Sunday. Continue work on Bitcoin. The bigs are coming. Watch yesterday's video if you missed that, to explain how everyone's capitulating their bank manager all one by one. And again, congratulations if you're here, if you're a Bitcoiner, if you've been doing the work, well done. If you're new, I'll give my introduction at the very end of the video. Hi, I'm Dinny from Bitcoin with Dinny. My story is I retired myself early. I created a thing called the Retire Early Club to teach other people how to do it. And I also am owner of Bitcoin with Dinny, which is Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company, where we help people to understand Bitcoin in a simple way and use it to retire early. And we've been doing it now for 5 years. Despite all the nonsense that you might have heard for 5 years, our customers live a very different life than what you've been led to believe if you use Bitcoin correctly. So thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like button. Try and share the content with as many people as you can. Wake them up that the whole fiat system, it's just a war machine. That's all you're supporting. And Bitcoin is a peace machine. Bitcoin allows you your time to spend it as you please, to do what you want, when you want, if you want. It's a beautiful thing. It doesn't solve your problems overnight. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. But personally, my guarantee to you is that if you study Bitcoin, your life will improve immediately. Okay, the more you study it, the more your life will improve, and your financial situation, no guarantee, but it looks highly, highly likely. There are no guarantees with any investments, okay? But this is the most certain one I've ever found in my life from being an investor for a decade. That Bitcoin will also improve your financial situation. Guys, have a super day. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday to all. Dinny out.